समाज यह सारा, गीता परिवार हमारा, गीता परिवार हमारा।
जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ, जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ।
शिवाजी बुद्ध गगन के तारे,
जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ, जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ।
महावीर गोविंद शिवाजी बुद्ध गगन के तारे, परंपरा की पुण्य चेतना उर में हम सब धारे, उर में हम सब धारे। बाल हृदय में उसे जगाकर जगे देश यह सारा, गीता परिवार हमारा, गीता परिवार हमारा। समर्थ बनाओ,
जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ, जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ।
त्यागो सारी दुर्बलता को राष्ट्र समर्थ बनाओ, बंधु भाव समता ममता से सबको गले लगाओ, सबको गले लगाओ। चलो विवेकानंद मार्ग पर शुभ संदेश हमारा, गीता परिवार हमारा, गीता परिवार हमारा। ईश्वर भक्ति भाव से बहती संस्कारों की धारा, भारत माँ की सेवा में गीता परिवार हमारा, 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 गीता परिवार।
मधुरं वदनं मधुरं नयनं मधुरं हसितं मधुरं हृदयं मधुरं गमनं मधुरम्। वचनं मधुरं चरितं मधुरं वसनं मधुरं वलितं मधुरं चलितं मधुरं भ्रमितं मधुरम्।
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम्।
गुरौ नृत्यं मधुरं सत्यं मधुरम्
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम्
गीतं मधुरं पीतं मधुरं भुक्तं मधुरं सुप्तं मधुरं रूपं मधुरं तिलकं मधुरम्
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम्
तरणं मधुरं तरणं मधुरं हरणं मधुरं स्मरणं मधुरं वमितं मधुरं शमितं मधुरम्
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम्
कुञ्जा मधुरा माला मधुरा यमुना मधुरा वीथी मधुरा सलिलं मधुरं कमलं मधुरम्
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम्
गोपी मधुरा लीला मधुरा युक्तं मधुरं मुक्तं मधुरं दृष्टं मधुरं शिष्टं मधुरम्
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम्
गोपा मधुरा गावो मधुरा यष्टिर्मधुरा सृष्टिर्मधुरा दलितं मधुरं फलितं मधुरम्
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं
सुन गैया, भूल कन्हैया, कलयुग में गीता श्लोक सिखाया जा रहा है। कहाँ कान्हा? गीता परिवार के ऑनलाइन जूम पर 20 दिनों में 2 अध्यायों का संस्कृत में शुद्ध पठन, गीता गुंजन सर्टिफिकेट मिलेगा। साप्ताहिक गीता अर्थ विवेचन सत्र, 4 स्तरों पर संपूर्ण भगवद गीता का निशुल्क प्रशिक्षण, सभी अध्यायों के निशुल्क PDF, ऑडियो व वीडियो सामग्री मिलेगी। संस्कृत व्याकरण के लिए अतिरिक्त कक्षाएं होंगी। जून 2020 से अब तक 131 देशों से 4 लाख से अधिक गीता प्रेमी साधकों को प्रवेश। तो चलो हम भी चलें। reg.learngeeta.com आओ हम भी चले, रजिस्टर नाउ। Welcome to free online Geeta classes. It's a journey of mantras. We learn Geeta shloks in 4 levels. In first level, We learn 2 adhyay in 20 days. Then we will get a precious Geeta Gunjan certificate. We conduct extra grammar classes to learn Sanskrit easily. You will get free audio, video and PDF of adhyayas. There are amazing weekly interpretation sessions. This class is conducted 40 minutes a day, 5 days in a week, in 13 time slots and in 12 languages. What are you waiting for? Join fast. Register now on reg.learngeeta.com. Hurry up and join fast. Jai Shri Krishna. अरे ओ कान्हा, रुक तो जरा, भाग भाग के कहाँ जा रहा है? मैया, गीता परिवार के ऑनलाइन जूम क्लास में गीता सिखाया जा रहा है। मैं वही जा रहा हूँ। जरा यह तो बता, वहाँ होता क्या है? मेरे भक्त गीता का शुद्ध उच्चारण करते हैं, मुझे आनंद आता है। आज ही गीता के श्लोक सीखने के लिए रजिस्टर करें। रजिस्टर नाउ reg.learngeeta.com। गोपियों, तुम भी चलो गीता सीखने के लिए। मैं आ रहा हूँ।
जब भगवत गीता पढ़ना मैंने आरंभ किया, शुरू में तो मुझे ये लग रहा था कि एक धार्मिक किताब है, हिंदू धर्म का होने के नाते ये सारा मुझे पता होना चाहिए। लेकिन जैसे जैसे मैं अंदर चलता गया, वैसे वैसे अंदरूनी बदलाव आता गया। कोई कहता है भगवान मिलेंगे गीता पढ़ने से, मुझे मिल चुके। कहाँ है भगवान? भगवत गीता स्वयं कहती है कि मैं तो बीज प्रदाता हूं। भगवान ने बीज प्रदान हम लोगों को किया, अंश रूप से वो हमारे अंदर स्थापित हो गए, और वो अंश रूप जो है वो हमारा आत्मा। क्या हम आत्मा से अंदर से संतुष्ट है? ये संतुष्टि का अभ्यास करना पड़ता है। देह तो मंदिर है भगवान, देह भी सुंदर होना चाहिए, देह सुदृढ़ होना चाहिए, देह लचीला होना चाहिए, स्फूर्तिला होना चाहिए, क्योंकि मंदिर साफ नहीं रखेंगे तो भगवान अंदर बैठेंगे कैसे? और इसलिए नित्य योग तो करना ही चाहिए। और भगवत गीता योग भी सिखाती है, अष्टांग योग सिखाती है, कैसे बैठना है ये भी सिखाती है, कैसे सांस लेना ये भी सिखाती है। लेकिन यदि अंतिम कोई संदेश है भगवत गीता का तो वो ये है, तस्मात् सर्वेषु कालेषु माम् अनुस्मरयन्ते मयि अर्पित मनोबुद्धिर मामे वैश्यस्य संशयम्। असंशय यदि मुझे प्राप्त होना है तो उसके लिए क्या करना होगा? मयि अर्पित मनोबुद्धिर, मन और बुद्धि अर्पण करके, तस्मात् सर्वेषु कालेषु नित्य युक्ता उपासते। ये जो बात है कि मैं सदा सर्वदा उसके चिंतन में लगा रहूं, मन और बुद्धि से लगा रहूं, और युद्ध के समय पर तो ज्यादा लगा रहूं।
कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्।
Jai Shri Krishna to everyone. Worry drains out energy. It results from past failures and uncertainties of future. The root cause of worry is when one is always in his past or in future and not at all in present. So there is no time for him to act with devotion, dedication, and efficiency. Actually, the present builds the future, and the present should be dealt with the experience or learning of past. That way, future depends on present, which in turns depends on past. So we need to invest in present to harvest positive outcome in future with this approach. Worry will be totally uprooted and life will be bubble with the positive energy. To put it in the best. So to remain in present is the key to eradicate worry, and we can achieve it by the learning of Śrīmad-Bhagavadgītā. So before starting this session, I bow in the feet of Lord Krishna and taking blessings from Param Pujya Swami Shri Govind Dev Giri Ji Maharaj, I once again welcome you all to today's enlightening interpretation session of 15th chapter, first half, Purushottama Yogo Nama. Prayer works wonders. It should spring from the heart. So for prayer, I invite Naresh Kumar Bhayaji. He is from Krishnagiri, serving as a GC and Techno star, associated with Geeta Parivar since October 2022. Please welcome.
वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचानूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं। जय श्री कृष्ण।
Thank you, Bhayaji, for this beautiful prayer. We will have our traditional auspicious Prajvalana ceremony. For this, I would like to call upon Krishna Mohan Rao Bhayaji. He is from Hyderabad, serving as a GC Techno Star in L3 L4 monitoring team. He is in Vivechana writing team, translation team, and associated with Geeta Parivar since July 2021. Please welcome.
निषिद्धैरप्येभिर्लुलितमकरन्दो मधुकरैः करैरिन्दोरन्तश्छुरित इव सम्भिन्नमुकुलः विधत्तां सिद्धिन्नो नयनसुभगामस्य सदसः प्रकीर्णः पुष्पाणां हरिचरणयोरञ्जलिरयम् शरदिन्दुनिभां शुभ्रवस्त्रैरलङ्कृतां कलहंसकृतावासां वरदां शारदां नुमः वरदां शारदां नुमः।
Thank you, Bhayaji, for this beautiful deep Prajvalana. Now it's our turn to serve for Geeta Parivar. We can do it by becoming a volunteer. It can be a technical team, writing team, trainer, web designing team, many more. So I request you all to join the 18th December volunteer session at 8:30 p.m. So please join Geeta Parivar as a volunteer and serve for Lord Krishna. After a Vivechana, we have a question answer round. So whoever has a question, please turn on your video Now, it's my privilege to introduce our eminent speaker. She is Geeta Praveena. She is a Geeta Brati. She has by-hearted whole Bhagavad Gita, and also she is disciple of Param Pujya Swamiji. She has grown up with Gita Parivar from her childhood in online Gita classes. She is one of the program coordinator, and also she is leading our academic literature team. She is student of Advaita Vedanta in Chinmaya Vishwavidyapeeth, Kochi. Please welcome Rupal Shukla Didi.
Thank you for the beautiful introduction. Let's begin today's session with the prayer. Sada Shiva Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam Vande Guru Paramparam. Jai Shri Krishna. We are so fortunate, we are so blessed that we are gathering again for the interpretation session of 15th chapter. The name of 15th chapter is Purushottam Yoga. We already have seen 12th chapter, the Bhakti Yoga. And we've seen all the Bhakti Lakshanas, 36 Bhakti Lakshanas in the 12th chapter. Now we are moving towards the Purushottama Yoga here. At the end of the chapter, Lord will be explaining his Purushottama Swarupa. With Lord's grace, so many saints kripa on us, and also our punya karmas done in previous births. We are getting this chance to learn Gita, to teach Gita, to spread this knowledge of Gita, to connect so many people with this learning of Gita. So we are getting this chance. There are so many people, they want to learn Gita, but they are not getting the way how to learn. And there are so many people also, they are getting this chance, but they are not wishing to learn. So we have both the things with us. So this is just Lord's grace, because in Shankara Bhashyam, Bhagavan Shankaracharya ji says, Yame Vaish Vivrinute Tena Labhyaha. It means we don't choose something for us. Lord chooses us. So Lord has chosen me to learn Gita and to walk on this path. But once the Lord has taken us on this path, so this is our responsibility to not to leave this and to live this Gita journey and completing our 18 chapters. Lord wanted to tell this Gita for us. Arjuna, who never got defeated by anyone in his life, when he started telling in first chapter, Sidanti mamagatrani mukhancha parishusyati vepathuscha sharire me romaharshascha jayate gandivam samsate hastat त्वक्चैव परिदह्यते न च शक्नोम्यवस्थातुं भ्रमतीव च मे मनः. So Arjuna told Krishna, I'm not able to stand. I don't want to fight. I will beg, I will eat something, but I don't want to fight and kill my family members. So he told, I don't want to fight. But still, Lord Krishna didn't start Gita. When in second chapter, in 7th shloka, Arjuna started telling, now you tell me, what is good for me? He told, Karpanya dosho pahata svabhavaha pritchami tvan dharma sammudha chetah yat shreyasyan nishchitam brohi tanme shishyasteham shadhiman tvam prapannam yat shreyasyan nishchitam brohi tanme. So Arjuna told, yat shreyasyan nishchitam. which is nishchitam, certainly good for me, Krishna, you tell that to me. Then the Lord Krishna started this Gita Jnana from 2nd chapter, 11th shloka. So we have got this Gita. Param Pujya Swamiji Maharaj says, the Vedas are the main source of knowledge. We are able to behave, we are able to learn the things, we are able to react, we are able to do anything, that is just because of Vedas. Vedas are the main source of knowledge. Because of the Vedas only, we are knowing everything, we are able to talk, we are able to walk, everything just because of Vedas. Main source of knowledge. But still, the Vedas are the exhales of Lord, and the Gita is direct voice of Lord. So we are getting this chance when we are following and we are doing the mimicry of our professor or our principal or our chairman, anyone, we are feeling proud. Oh wow, how good I am doing it. So when we are doing the mimicry, actually, when we are following the Lord, we are saying exact the shlokas told by the Lord. What my feel should be. I have that feeling. Yes, these are the shlokas Lord told himself at that time in Kurukshetra, Dharma Kshetre, Kurukshetre. So we are so fortunate, we are so lucky, we are so blessed that we are getting this chance. In starting, we thought that we would be able to complete it or not. But after completing 12th chapter, we are too sure that we can easily do it. Yes, we will be completing our 18 chapters. We will be being, yes, memorizing all Gita and being Gitavati. We will be doing it. Now I have that confidence. 12th and 15th chapter are the smallest in Gita. That's why we start in Gita Paraya from these chapters. So that after learning one chapter, we can get that confidence. Yes, I can do it. And that confidence helps us to complete this Gita journey and to walk further and to learn the further chapters. 15th chapter, the Purushottama Yoga. Let's start because we have to cover half of the chapter today. In this Purushottama Yoga, the Lord is going to tell us a different philosophy. We have heard many times the upside down tree that is being explained in Gita. We have seen so many pictures, so many JPGs on WhatsApp circulating everywhere. But where it is told, why it is told. So we have this 15th chapter, Purushottama Yoga. Here Lord is going to explain the samsara swarupa, the form of the samsara. Let's start from the first shloka. Śrīmad-Bhagavadgītā urdhvamulamādhashākham ashvatham prāhuravyayam chandāmsi yasya parnāni yastam veda savedaved. Lord is telling here in starting 2 shlokas, Lord is explaining that samsara swarupa. He starts with urdhvamulamādhashākham. In our daily life also, if we see, the main part of our body is head, and head is upside. So urdhvamulam, urdhva means upside. Urdhvamulam, the main part, the roots are upside, and adhashakham, the branches are downside. So urdhvamulam adhashakham, it is rooted above, urdhvamulam. Adhaha shakham, shakha means all the branches, and downside all the branches are. Ashwatham prahu, ashwatham avyayam prahu. Like this the anvaya is. Ashwatham means, shwa means tomorrow. Tomorrow means a next moment. This moment will not be at next moment. So that is Shwa, next moment, tomorrow. And Ashwa means which will not be tomorrow, means ever changing. So Ashwatha means which is keep changing. That is Ashwatha. So Ashwatham Prahu. We should tell that, we should name that as Ashwatha Vriksha. And Ashwatha Vriksha is considered a people Vriksha. We see that. Why people Vriksha? Because that tree is so fickle. There is no wind or there is a lot of wind. The leaves of that people tree will be shaking every time. That's why it is considered that the Ashwatha is that people Vriksha only. So Ashwatham Prahu. And even it is keep changing. It is changing every moment. It is avyayam, indestructible. Pratikshana parivartamanepi na parivartati tathaiva tisthati ata eva avyayam iti uchyate. This is the definition in in our commentaries. So pratikshana parivartamanepi na parivartati tathaiva tisthati iti avyayam. It means which never changes every time. Avyaya, indestructible. Avyayam prahu. Chandamsi yasya parnani. Now, the chandas word has three meanings. First meaning is that poetry, chandas shastra. We see in Vedangas. So we have one Vedanga as chandas shastra. Second is jnana, the knowledge. And third meaning of chandas is the Vedas. So here we consider the meaning of chandas as jnana, as knowledge. So just we will be imagining one tree. The roots are upside and the leaves are downside, and the leaves are chandamsi yasya parnani. Branches are downside and there we have so many leaves. And what type of leaves? So jnanam, the knowledge. Knowledge is yasya parnani, the leaves are knowledge. Yes, tam veda sa vedavit, means vedavit, who knows this jnana, who knows the Vedas. So here we are telling the leaves are the jnana, the knowledge are the leaves here. And who knows this knowledge, this type of cycle, who knows this samsara vriksha, who knows how this srishti is created and always destroyed. So who knows all this philosophy? They called Vedavit. They know that knowledge. Veda means that knowledge also. Vit means who knows that, the knower. So Vedavit, the knower of the Vedas or the knower of the knowledge. Which type of knowledge? This knowledge, this philosophy. So yastam veda sa vedavit. So here Lord explained that upside down tree. Now in second shloka he continues there. Adharshurdham prasritastasya shakha guna pravriddha vishaya pravala adharsha mulanyanusantatani karmanubandhini manushya-loke. Here Lord is telling adha cha urdhvam prasritaha tasya shakhaha. How? So adha means downside, urdhvam means upside. So from the urdh word, the Brahma is also considered. How? Because Brahma is that Brahman, that Almighty, that Supreme Lord is the main there. So urdhvam utkrishtam shreshtham sarvatra shreshtham. So that is Brahma, Urdh Brahma, supreme for all the beings. That said is the urdhvam. So here adha cha urdhvam prasritaha tasya shakhaha. He told us that upside down tree and leaves are the knowledge, and who knows that knowledge is called Vedavid. Now he's telling some more description about it. As we do, we just explained in brief, we given the brief, now we are explaining. So Lord told just imaginary tree, now he's explaining that tree, how it is. So adha cha urdhvam prasritaah tasya shakhaah. The branches are spreaded everywhere, upside, downside, everywhere the branches are spreaded of that tree. So below and above they spread. Prasritaha means spreaded. And tasya shakha, that tree. Tasya, referring to that tree. Tasya shakha, the branches are spreaded everywhere, below and above. Guna pravriddhaha. Now the karma theory comes. What karma we are doing, we will be getting that phala only. And we have one more thing in Bhagavad-Gītā. We just misinterpret that shloka. Karmanye vadhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana ma karma phala hetur bhur ma te sangostva karmani. We always say that our right is only karma. Our right is not in phala. We should do karma and we should not think about the phala. But Lord is telling here, you should not think about, no, you should not think about the phala. That is not the thing here. The thing is, our right is not that. Phala is not our right. Our right is only karma. So we will be doing only karma. So here Lord telling that karma theory only. Guna pravriddhaha. Vishaya pravalaha. Guna pravriddha means nourished by the gunas. And which gunas? So there are three gunas. One is sattva guna, one is rajo guna, and another is tamo guna. Sattva guna is the best, and rajo guna is better. Tamo guna is worst. We should not go on the path of tamo guna, but we should try to get that sattva guna and increase our sattva guna. Everyone is having all these three gunas. We all have sattva guna, rajo guna, tamo guna. But the difference is the superior guna. I have sattva guna as my superior, the prior guna or superior guna, or I have rajo guna as my superior guna, or I have tamo guna as my superior guna. So which guna I have as my superior? I have sato guna pradhanyam, I have rajo guna pradhanyam, or I have tamo guna pradhanyam. I love to sleep full day, full night. Anytime I lay down and I will be sleeping only. That is tamo guna pradhana. And I can't lay down, I can't do that worshipping also, not the meditation also, but I will be working. I can study, I can do something on my laptop, and I will be doing some kriya, some action. So that is rajo guna pradhana. And I love to do meditation. For 1 hour, 2 hours, I can sit in meditation. I can worship Lord for 1 hour, 2 hours. I can listen the kathas about Mahabharata, Ramayana. I love these things. So that is sato guna pradhanyam. But if I have that worshipping feeling also, and I have that tamas also, I love to sleep also. So we should see what is my priority. If I have that time of sleeping also, and I have that worshipping also, what I will choose. So that will be your prior guna. So here Lord is telling, Vishaya guna pravriddhaha. All the karmas are nourished by the gunas, these three gunas. If I am doing something good, that is nourished by the sato guna. If I am doing some okay karma, so that will be nourished by rajo guna. And if I am doing good, extremely good, so that will be nourished by sato guna. So Lord is telling here about this nourishing of these three gunas. So guna pravriddhaha vishaya pravalaha. Vishaya pravalaha. When on a branch, if any leaf is about to come, leaf. So if leaf is leaf is coming and there is one small dot. That is pravala. So here Lord is telling Vishaya Pravala. So that pravala is all the sense objects, that sound, touch, color, and taste, and also the smell. So these are the pravala of that tree. Then adhascha mulani anusantatani. Adha, the below, and the roots are stressed forth. Adhascha mulani anusantatani. Here the Lord is telling. And adhascha mulani anusantatani. Here the Lord is telling the karmas are bounding us, or we are getting attached from the samsara according to our karmas only, because of our karmas only. If we are doing action, we are getting connected to the things. So Lord is telling here, we get bounded with this samsara, with this prapancha, with this world, because of our karmas only. So that moola, because of that we are getting bounded to this word. That moola is also getting spreaded downside and upside, means everywhere it is being spreaded in that tree. Lord is telling about that tree. So adhascha urdhvam prasita, branches are downside and upside, and guna pravruddha vishaya pravalaha. Vishaya pravalaha, the sense objects are nourished by the guna. It means what I love to see. If I am satoguna, my prior guna is satoguna, I will be loving to see the sattvic things. If I am rajoguna pradhana, I will be loving to see the rajasic things and listen to rajasic things and taste rajasic thing. The food also. In level 2, we will be seeing the 17th chapter there. About the food, Lord has explained in detail what is sattvic food, what is rajasic, what is tamasic food. So Lord will be explaining that in 17th chapter. So here Lord is telling the sense objects, what I love, what my eyes love to see, what my ears love to hear, what my tongue love to taste, what I love to touch. These are all the what I love to smell. So these sense objects are always nourished by the guna, those 3 gunas. So I can't tell that I don't want to see, but my eyes just went there. I seen that. I don't want to see. I don't want to listen that. I don't want to do gupshup and they're doing backbiting. I don't want to do. We are telling that. But you see, all the karmas are nourished by these 3 gunas only. Satoguna, Rajoguna, Tamoguna. So the reason is myself only. I am doing that. I am nourishing my karmas with these gunas only, Satoguna, Rajo. So it is completely in my control, in my hand, whether I want to do that or not. Lord is telling the swarupa of that vraksha, adhascha mulani anusantatani. The moola, because of that we are getting bounded to the samsara. All these roots are also, that moola is also spreaded everywhere, downside and upside. Here second shloka. Now in third shloka, the Lord is going to tell us about, he is explaining the tree of samsara, but this is not like we understand. We are thinking that yes, there must be a tree. If you want to see, we can see. It will be staying some place. It will be residing at some place. We are thinking like this. So Lord is saying, no, don't be confused. It is not as you are thinking. Let's see the third shloka. Narupamasye hatatopalabhyate nanto na chadir na cha sampratistha ashvathamenam suvidudhamulam asangashastrena dridhena chitva. Lord is telling, Narupam asya iha tatha upalabhyate. As I explained, the roots are down upside and the leaves are downside and the branches are spreaded upside or downside. And what karmas we will be doing, we will be getting that birth only. So if we are doing the good karmas, we will be getting the good species, good yonis, good lives. in next birth, and if we are doing the bad karma, we will be getting the downside lokas. So there is the concept of Chaturdash Bhuvanani. So Chaturdash Bhuvanani, the first to 8th Bhuvanas are superior than the Manushya. 1 to 8. 9th Bhuvan is of human being having 2 legs. And then comes 10th Bhuvan is for animals having 4 legs. 11th is for birds and having 2 legs, 2 wings. 12th is for reptiles, Sarisrapa, no legs, no wings. And the 13th one is Tiryak species, the spiders, the octopus, the insects having 6 legs. And also the mosquitoes. And the 14, the worst, the least, and the first from downside, that is plants. Plants can means achar, constant. They cannot move from one place to another. So this is Chaturdash Bhuvanani. Now, how we will be getting these birds and where we will be going in this, in which lokam? So here, one more concept is there of Chaturdash Lokas. So let's see Chaturdash Lokas. How? First is Satyaloka, Tapaloka, Jalaloka, Maharloka, Swargaloka. So these lokas are above than the Manushya. This superior than the Manushya Loka, the Prithvi Loka. Manushya Loka means this Prithvi Loka, this earth. So from this Prithvi Loka, all these 7, Satyalok, Tapalok, Jalamahar, Swargalok, these are the superior than this Prithvi Loka. And so if we are doing good karmas, we will be getting the birth in from 1 to 8 bhuvanas, Devata, Yakshadi, and we will be getting these lokas, Satyaloka, Jalaloka, Maharloka, Swargaloka. We will be getting these lokas if we do good karmas. If we are doing yes, Rajoguni karmas, or we are doing yes, kind of good karmas also, so we will be getting that 9th one, the human being having 2 legs, and in these lokas having 7th loka is Prithvi Loka. So we will be getting birth in this Prithvi Loka. And if we are doing the worst karmas, the tamasic karmas, we are nourishing our karmas, our actions with that tamas guna, tamasic guna. So we will be getting the birth of animals, birds, reptiles, and the plants in these forms, and we'll be getting the lokas of Atal, Patal, Mahatal, Sutal, Talatal, and Patal. These lokas will be getting. So this is the concept. 14 bhuvanas and 40 lokas. 14 lokas. So which type of karma I am doing? If I want Manushayoni again, I need to do good karma. If I want to do be that Deva, Yaksha, Gandharva, so I need to do good karmas. There is a fixed quantity. If you are doing these many punya karmas or good karmas, you will be getting that. So that quantity we don't know, that measurement we don't know, we are not aware of that. So we should strive to get good karmas only, because everyone knows what is good, what is bad. Even you take a child of 5-year-old and you ask, this is good or bad, this is right or wrong, they will be telling you, they will be telling us that this is right, this is wrong, but no one is doing. So when we started learning Geeta, when we started spreading Geeta, when we started understanding Geeta, we should see that how we can now implement in our lives. Theory I knew. Now I need to do practical. This is the time of practical. How to start? We should not think that I am 30-year-old or I am just 25, I am just 20. How can I start? No, there is no age for this. Living Geeta, there is no age to live Geeta. We can start wherever we are. We can start at any point. So, na rupam asya iha tatha upalabhyate. As I explained in first and second shloka, you should not understand that this is the roots are upside and the leaves are downside and having so many branches. So, don't understand this is as I have explained in previous 2 shlokas. Na antaha na chadna upalabhyate. This will not be you will not be getting, it will not be perceived at any place. So Na antaha na cha adihi na cha sampratishtha. It is not staying, it is not foundation or resting place. There is no foundation, there is no resting place for this tree. There is no starting point for this, there is no ending point for this. This is eternal. Na antaha na cha adihi na cha sampratishtha. Sampratishtha means there is a staying place for that. It is staying at some place. No, there is no place like that. I told you as example to imagine, to get that image of samsara. The moola is upside, that Chetanta, that Almighty, that Paramatman is upside, the main cause, and the human beings, the jivas are downside. The leaves, the jnana, the knowledge, everything is downside. So that tree, Lord is explaining, nanto na cha adi na cha sampratishtha. Ashwatham enam. Again, Lord is referring the same name. As he explained, Ashwatham prahu avyayam. You should understand this tree as Ashwatha. So he is telling Ashwatham enam suvirudha moolam. Ashwatham enam. This Ashwatha suvirudha moolam. This is attached, very firm. This is firm rooted. Now, how to get detached? When we are attached with firmly, this is firm rooted, this Ashwatha Vriksha, this Samsara Vriksha. So how to get rid of it? So Lord is telling, yeah, there is one way. You should cut it. You should cut all the roots with the aches of that detachment. Asanga shastrena dridhena chitva. With that Asanga Shastra, with the weapon of that Asanga Shastra, that detachment, non-attachment, with the aches of non-attachment, this is strong Samsara Vriksha also having cut asunder. We should cut it. There is one way, Asanga Shastrena Dridhena Chitva. Now, what is Asanga Shastra? Might we have seen this story previously also. When Shukadevji went to Mithila and he asked Janakji to give him a knowledge. So Janakji told, okay, you have come on a very special occasion, because this time this is pujana of some Devi. So you need to hold this bowl, have it filled with the oil, and you need to walk around, complete the parikrama of this Mithila. You need to do that. Okay, but there is a condition, even a small drop, even a single drop should not fall down, otherwise this will be khandita like that. So okay, Shukadevji told, okay, I will be doing, there's no problem. So he was holding that, and full time he visited Mithila, he completed that parikrama, and after that, when he came back, Janakji asked, okay, no, no point that nothing has fallen down, right? Yes, I have completed very gently. Nothing wrong has happened. Okay, very nice. Now Janakji asked a very fantastic question to him. How was the Mithila? If anyone asks us that I was completing my task and I was focused on that, if you ask me, how was the Mithila? What I will be answering? Oh, Shukadevji thought I didn't even see all the mountains, all the river. Janakji asking, how was the mountains? How was the river? How was the roads? How was the trees? And how the wind was blowing? So he was asking everything, but Shukadevji was like, oh, there's so much, but I didn't see anything. So Shukadevji told, no, I was so focused on my goal, on my task, what I was completing, so I couldn't see anything. Janakji told, okay, now you have learned for what you have come here. Living in this samsara, living in this prapancha, living in this world, but not getting attached with anything. Detachment, complete detachment. We are just the character here. Whatever character I have got, I will be playing. Nothing is mine. When on a munch, we are presenting some character, being Sita, being Yashoda, being Krishna, anything. We are not that character. We are not attached with other members present there. Why to get attached? We are just a character there. So getting that detachment, asanga shastrena dridhena chitva. Okay. So there's one way. Now after cutting those roots, firm rooted that tree, the mool, what we should do? The Lord is telling in 4th shloka what we should do now after doing that. Tatah padam tat parimargitavyam yasmin gata na nivartanti bhuyah tameva chadyam purusham prapadye yatah pravrittif prasrita purani. Now the Lord is telling, after cutting those roots from the eggs of non-attachment, what we should do? We should seek for the goal, for that Paramdhama, after attaining which one never returns on this ocean of birth and death again and again. So Lord is telling we should strive to get that, to achieve that goal. Tatah padam tat parimargitavyam. Tatah padam. Tatah means after that. Tat parimargitavyam. Where attaining that should be, we should seek for. Parimargitavyam. Now what we should do? We should be sought for. Yasmin gata na nivartanti bhuyaha. Bhuyah means again. Nivartanti means returning. So gataha gone. Who has gone there? After going there, with the person never returns. Na nivartanti bhuyaha. Again you will never come back in this ocean of birth and death. Yasmin gata na nivartanti bhuyaha. Tameva chadyam purusham prapadye. I seek refuge that Tameva, that is only Adyam Purusham, the primeval person, the Purusha, that supreme Purusha, that supreme Lord, that is only the supreme Lord. Yataha pravrittihi prasrita purani. Yataha, when pravrittihi, the activity, the energy, when we are going to do something, that pravritti, that willing power. Yataha pravrittihi prasrita purani. In all those Puranas, which is being told, which is being explained, here the Lord is telling from the starting point of this Srishti. Actually, that is Anadi. We can't say there is any starting point. So there is no starting point. So Lord is telling here, from that Purusha only, from that Chetan Tattva only, this Srishti is getting, this samsara is getting spreaded, and all the time this is just stretching forth, this is just spreading only, and that Adi Purusha, that Paramatma only, I should be seeking to get. Lord told about after getting that detachment, after cutting the root, we should strive to get this Dhamma, this Param Dhamma. After attaining that, one never returns. The Lord told here. Now let's see the 5th shloka. Here, the Lord is telling that after, how it will happen. We are telling that yes, that Purusha, we are the portion of that Purusha only, that Chetana Tattva only, that Paramatman only. But how we should start thinking? We are telling to seek for that goal, means Aham Brahmasmi. We should start thinking that I am only that self, I am only that Supreme Purusha. But getting that feeling, not just showing off. So I am only that, I am the portion of that. How we will start thinking of Aham Brahmasmi Tattvamasi concept of Vedanta? So Lord is telling there are some sadhanas for that. There are some cause for that. So let's see in 5th shloka. Nirmana moha jita sanga dosha adhyatma nitya vinivritta kamaha dvandvair vimukta सुख दुःख संज्ञैर् गच्छन्त्यमूढाः पदमव्ययं तत्. Here Lord is telling nirmanamo. Here Lord will be telling 4 qualities being which these qualities are helping us to attain that goal about what we were talking in 4th shloka. So Lord is telling those 4 qualities. Nirmanamoha, free from pride and delusion. Nirmanamoha. Jita Sanga dosha, who has won over the Jita Sanga. Jita means won over the Sanga dosha, evil of attachment. Attachment is the problem everywhere. Those who was victorious over the evil of attachment. Adhyatma nityaha, this spirituality. Spirituality is not just reading the granthas, just reading Bhagavad-Gītā and thinking of these, doing meditation. This is, yes, a kind of spirituality is dwelling in the self. I am always having the feel, yes, I am of Lord and Lord is of mine. I can be happy because I am the portion of that Lord. Akhanda Satchidananda's Rupam. Chidananda Rupa Shivoham Shivoham. So having that feeling, that is Adhyatma. All the time I am that self. I have that awareness. That is spirituality. Then I don't get those vikaras, the raga, dvesha, kama, krodha, moha, lobha, because I am that self. I don't have anything of mine. I don't have any individual identity of mine. I am nothing. So why I will be doing these things? I will not be thinking anything. So nirmana moha is adhyatma nitya, dwelling constantly in the self. Vinivritta kamaha, whose desires are completely turned away, completely turned. Vinivritta kama. Vritta kamaha means all the desires are turned now. And vinivritta kamaha, all the desires having completely turned away. All the desires completely turned now. So that is vinivritta kamaha. Dvandvaihi vimuktaha. This 5th quality, dvandvaihi. Dvandva means the opposite pairs. Sukha dukkha, lobha moha, that papa punya, dharma dharma. So these are the dvandva. So from the pairs of opposite, vimuktaha, free. Sukha dukkha sanyaihi, one example also, sukha dukkha sanyaihi, known as the pleasure and pain. So pleasure and pain, that punya and papa, all this, free from all these pairs of opposite. Gachanti amudhaha, reach. Gachanti means reaching there, and amudhaha means the undeluded person. Amudhaha. Padamavyayantat. After getting these qualities, when we start trying to get these qualities, and after getting these qualities, what we will be getting? That padam, avyayam padam, that eternal goal for what we were striving, we were doing everything, we were understanding this philosophy. Lord is telling this avyayam, we will be getting that avyaya padam. Gachanti amuda padam avyayantat. Now the 6th shloka, let's see. Here Lord is telling, prayojanam anuddishya mandopina pravartate. This is our nyaya. So when we don't know why we are doing it and what we are going to get out of it, so we have prayojanam, we have the result, we have the fruit for that. So your Lord is telling, we are telling that we should strive to get that param dhama. So how is that param dhama? Lord is telling in 6th shloka, explaining that dhama. Na tadbhasayate suryo na shashanko na pavakaha yadgatva na nivartante tadhama paramam mama. Lord is telling here, the na tadbhasayate, tatra na bhasate. The na tadbhasayate surya, the sun does not illumines there. The moon also does not illumine, and also the fire. Only these three, the sun, the moon and the fire, these three are the main source of light, main source of that power. So all these three source of that light, that prakasha, does not illumine that world. About that dham I am talking about, where after attaining that, we will never return. And that dham is swaprakashak rupaha, swaprakasha swarupaha. So na tatra bhasayate, na tat bhasayate suryaha. The sun doesn't illumine there. The moon, or shashanka means moon. The moon also, and the pavaka means fire. Pavaka is also not illumined that. Yad gatva na nivartante, to which having gone, not return, never return. Yad gatva na nivartante. Tad dhama paramam mama. Tad dhama, that abode you should understand as mind. Paramam mama, my supreme abode is that. Lord explained that, yes, nothing, that everywhere the light will be there, because the Brahma, that Almighty, that Lord is Satchidananda Rupa. Sat means that Sat Swarupa, that existent. Chit means that Prakasha, that light. So the Dhama is not like having one building or one city or one country type thing. No, there is not like this Dhama. Dhama means that Brahma, that Almighty only, that Supreme Lord only. So the Param Dhama is that Lord itself. And that Lord is Saprakasha Swarupaha. Saprakasha, the sun is getting some, the Yat Chakshusha na pashyati yena chakshumshi pashyati. We are getting the power to see and to do everything from that Chaitanya Tattva only. So the sun is also getting the light from that Tattva. Sun is not having its own light. So sun, moon, and also in Upanishad, na tatra suryo bhati na chandra tarakam nema vidyuto bhanti kuto yamagnihi tameva bhantam anubhati sarvam tasya bhasa sarvamidam vibhati. Tasya bhasa, from that light only, sarvamidam vibhati, everything is illumines. From the light of that Almighty only, from that Lord's light only, everything is visible, everything is just, we can see, we can feel. This power is that Chaitanya Tattva, one Almighty, one Lord, Paramatma. So Lord is telling that Dhama. Now, 7th shloka, this is one of the most famous shlokas of Gita and also the important shloka. We say we are the portion of that Lord, where it is written, where it is told. So Lord is telling in 15th chapter, 7th shloka, remember always. Mamaivamsho jivaloke jivabhuta sanatanaha manashasthani indriyani prakriti sthani karshati. Actually, Mamaivamsho, my portion only. Mamai anshaha, mama, my, and anshaha is that portion. Mamaivamsho, my portion only in this Jivaloke, in this word of life. Jivaloke, Jiva Bhuta Sanatanaha. Sanatanaha means when we don't know the starting point, that is Sanatana. Puratana means told, but we know the starting point. So Sanatana, we don't know the starting point of that. Jiva Bhuta Sanatana, Jiva Bhuta, being this Jivaha, being this, having this soul. Jiva Bhutaha Sanatana, eternal. Manashasthani Indriyani, with the mind, with these Indriyas, the 6th is mind, this Mana. So Manaha Shasthani Indriyani Prakriti Sthani Karshati. So my portion only dwelling in this word, being a Jiva, Sanatan, eternal Jiva, but that we are the portion of that Lord only. But what is wrong there? Our mistake is there. We understand everything as ours. Manashasthani indriyani prakriti sthani karshati. We attract, we draw everything as mine. Yes, this is mine, this is mine, this is mine. No, this is not mine. We think that Indriya is saying this is mine. Mana is connected, this is mine. So all Indriyas, with the mana, with that sixth indriya, attracts all this and connects with ourselves. In this nature, all the mana and all the indriyas, we think attracting these things means we start thinking that this is our. No, but this indriyas are not our, the sense objects are also not our, and nothing is our. We are the portion of that Lord, Satchidananda Rupa, Nirvikar, Nirdharmaka. So we are not having any of these. Let's say the 8th shloka. This is a different philosophy. All the time we are getting question how this Srishti is created, how this is destroyed, and how this soul is getting one body from another. So these all the things are happening. So all the questions will be answered in this 8th shloka. 8th, 9th, 10th actually together, but we cannot take that. Yes, as we have one shloka. Natveva hanjatura sannatvanne janadhipaha न चैव न भविष्यामः सर्वे वयमतः परम् न तु एव अहं जातु न त्वमेमे जनाधिपः न चैव न भविष्यामः, not there, I will not be. This is the eternal portion of Lord. Lord is telling how vasamsi jirnani yatha vihaya navani grannati naroparani तथा शरीराणि विहाय जीर्णान् अन्यानि संयाति नवानि देहि. जीर्णानि अन्यानि संयाति नवानि देहि. So how we are leaving one body and getting another body? As this body changes the clothes, the soul changes the bodies. So no one is dying and no one is getting birth. Just that eternal soul is running from here and there, getting that birth. So let's see the 8th shloka. Shariram yadavapnoti yachapyutkramati grihitvaitani sanyati vayurgandhani vashayat. God is telling Shariram yat avapnoti, a body when obtains, yachapi utkramati shvaraha, when we get one body. Avapnoti means getting. Yacha api utkramati shra. Utkramanam means leaving. When I leave one body and getting the another body. Yacha api utkramati shvaraha. The Lord taking. Grihitva etani sanyati. Sanyati means goes. So grihitva etani sanyati vayur gandhani vashayat means when the air flows from some garden or the wind is blowing from some garden, so it is carrying the fragrance. It is carrying that fragrance. When it is passing from some bad smell, it is carrying that bad smell. So all the soul is not attached with these karma phalas, not having attached with these indriyas or these sense objects, but the soul is carrying as the air, as the wind is carrying that fragrance and carrying that bad smell, and after some times it leaves that also. So same as with the soul, soul is not attached, air is not attached, but the carrying these gunas, same as the soul is not attached with thing, because soul is nirdharmaka, gunaka, so it is not having any characteristic, it is not having any attribute. So it cannot be attached with anything. It is just carrying this. All the sense objects, all the karma phalas, that's the soul is changing the body, but karma phalas are still same. I need to do the bhog, I need to do the enjoy of those karma phalas, even it is bad or good. I will be having that. And this is the concept. We leave one body, getting another body, but Atman is not carrying these. Atman is not attached with these karma phalas and these sense objects, but it is carrying all from one body to another. This is the concept. Now the another concept from 9th shloka, Shrotam, all the indriyas and about Lord will be explaining his swarupa from macro to micro. From sun, he will be entering in our body. And from the body, he will be telling how this body is created from him only. So from the sun, he will be entering, and after entering, he will be creating our body. So that theory we will be seeing in next session. Let's do 2 minutes Sankirtana. Then we will move on to the question answer session. Sit calmly. Think of that Lord Sarupa. Hari Sharanam. 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 Gopala Krishna Bhagavan ki Jai.
Thank you, Didi, for this beautiful Arth Vivechana Satra. Now it's a question answer round. So whoever has a question, please raise your hand. And turn on your video, please, so that we can spotlight you.
Yeah, if anyone is having any question, you can just raise your hands and switch on your video so that we can directly add you on a spotlight and you can ask a question. Kamalavaraji, Ashu has with us.
I'm extremely honored to have the chance to address our Vice President of Geeta Parivar, Dr. Ashu Goyal Bhayaji. Please welcome Bhayaji. There is no word for Ashu Bhayaji. We all are here just because of Ashu Bhayaji. Please welcome Ashu Bhayaji.
Jai Shri Krishna. Thank you. Jambunathan ji, please say. Please unmute Jambunathan ji.
Yeah. Namaskar ji.
Namaskar.
See, thank you for organizing this session. It was very useful. It was interesting, and we have got initiated into what are all the things. But my question is not about the session. At the beginning, Didi was telling that there will be a volunteer session. I didn't just get the date and the timing. I would
18th of December. Next Sunday.
18th of December.
Next Sunday, 8:30.
Next Sunday, 8:30. Okay, sir. That was my only request. And thank you. I mean, I just wanted to ask you only one question. Where have you been all along? Because only now you are coming up. See,
Things happens when God wish.
Exactly. See, if only you had come up a little early, we could have covered more people.
Right.
That was my anguish. That's all. Thank you. Anyway, as you rightly answered, this is God's wish. So that is why we also got the opportunity. Thank heaven for that. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Sandeep ji, please unmute.
Yes, ma'am.
Co-host me.
Good
Yes,
morning,
Sandeep.
sir. Good evening, sir.
Yes, beta.
Sir, actually, I had a doubt when that Rupali ma'am was explaining. She talked about the seven things. In the living world is an sir about the karmas.
Rupal, what is he's asking?
You should tell me, ma'am, that
must have
karmas.
mentioned Chaturdash Bhuvanani, Satyaloka, Maharloka, Prithviloka, Jalaloka.
Yes, ma'am. That Prithviloka. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Can you repeat once again? I wanted to.
I know that will take time because I have explained that in detail. You can listen it again on YouTube.
Okay,
I'm
ma'am.
sharing the link in chat box.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. Yeah.
Thank you.
Sheshkanji, please unmute.
Jai Shri Krishna.
Jai Shri Krishna.
Namaskar, Ashu sir.
Namaskar.
Sir, my query, simply, it might not be a query, but I want to know that Krishna, Lord Krishna says to Arjuna, totally throw yourself into me. तुम अपने आप को मुझ पे समर्पित कर दो. It means that we have no other duties.
It's not about duties, it's about wishes.
Wishes, yes, sir.
Yes. Mamekam Sharanam Raja means
Yes.
you don't need to, then you don't rely on your things, like your mind, your power, your wealth, your money, your accumulated wisdom or whatever you have. So you don't rely on them, you rely on me only. That is the basic sense of it. Because about the Sharanagati, we all talk about this, but we don't believe in that. We go in last to God. First, we think that we can solve it by our mind. Then we think we can solve it by our money. Then we think we can solve it by our contacts. So whatever we have, we utilize them first. And then when we see that we are failing, then we go to God's feet. Please save me. Please help me.
Yes,
So
sir.
God is saying, Krishna is saying that you come to me in last. Make it first.
How can we be like air? As Rupal ma'am explained that like be air, don't be attached to the fragrance.
Don't be attached to?
The fragrance.
See, it is not the thing you can do in one day. It is a continuous practice thing. You need to do long-term practice, and it happens. It is an achievement you have. It is not a thing you can do. You can start practicing by if I am very fond of taste and I like sweets, or I like some food very much. So now I will control my habit. If I like anything, I'll not going to ask it for getting more. So that is a control we can start from it. So matra sparshastu kaunteya shitoshna sukha dukkada. In second chapter, Krishna says that all these rasas, we need to focus on their quantity, matra. The problem is not in the rasagulla, but wanting more and more rasagulla, that is the problem. So if you control the matra of these rasas, whatever you want to eat, whatever you want to listen, whatever you want to see, if you control the quantity, then you can control over vasanas.
Myself,
So,
yes.
the desires. So all the desires exceeds with your quantity of the indriya sukha, indriya bhoga. So you need to control over them. So that's why we do fasting. That's why we do mauna, to control those indriyas.
Thank you, sir.
Yes.
Thank you, ma'am.
Nirmal ji.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
I want to ask you the question that while reading the book Geeta, the Geeta, there it is said Bhagwan Vach, and when we talk or when we do some session, then we speak Krishna, and there is Bhagwan Vach. But in Gita it is never said Krishna speaks.
I got your question. Let me answer you. It is a very nice question.
Okay.
There is a 1 lakh shlok in Mahabharata, and everywhere sage Vedavyas ji resembles Krishna as Keshava Uvacha, Vasudeva Uvacha, Krishna Uvacha, only this like. And from chapter 25 to 42, from Bhishma Parva, this is Bhagavad-Gītā. Only in this 18th chapter, Vedavyas wrote Shri Bhagavan Uvach. Because he was in the present form of Krishna only, but he was not speaking as Krishna. He was speaking as Parabrahm. So, when Krishna says, Mamekam Sharanam Vraja, or anywhere mam, it doesn't mean Krishna. It means your Ishta. If your Ishta is Rama, then Rama Sharanam Mama. If your Ishta is Shiva, then Shiva Sharanam Mama. Then if your Ishta is Durga, then Durga Sharanam Mama. He is Parabrahma Avatara, and whatever your Ishta is, you can consider the Gita speaker as your Ishta, not Krishna.
So then, sir, it is often said, Lord, now ma'am was also, she also spoke quite often
Yes,
in the present
see,
session. Lord Krishna.
in the physical form, he was in the Krishna avatar. Na? So in the physically, if we say Krishna, it is not wrong. But if you have any other deity as your Ishta, then you can consider them same, no problem. Because it is not Krishna Uvacha, it is Bhagavan Uvacha. You are correct. Whatever you are pointing out, it is correct. Okay.
So Lord is what I have learned so far, that Lord is lower than the God.
No, it is the same thing. It is just how you want to pronounce it. It doesn't mean anything different. We are talking about Parabrahm, the supreme entity. Now, to that supreme entity, you can say Lord, you can say Bhagavan, you can say anything you want. That doesn't make any difference.
No, sir, but Lord and God, there is a difference between Lord and God.
Yeah, that you don't. I understand. Technically, what you are talking is different thing. But to the higher authority, you can call anything. Na, he has everything. You cannot call everyone Lord, right? You cannot call everyone God, but you can call so many people as Lord. What you are saying, right? So, but it doesn't mean that you cannot call Lord to that supreme entity. He has all the titles with him. No? The higher title is restricted to the lower one. The lower title is not restricted to the higher one. So that supreme entity is entitled for every title you want to say. Even
that is true. That is true.
Even Krishna told in chapter 4, Ye athamam prapadyante tan sataiva bhujamyaham. In whatever form and in whatever name you want to worship me, I will be that. If you want to call me Krishna, it's fine. If you call me Rama, it's fine. If you call me Shiva, it's fine. If you call me minimal, then also it's fine. It doesn't mean, name doesn't mean anything. You must have that supreme entity in your mind when you call him. That is that matters.
Yes, that is true, sir. I feel the consciousness while reading. I had never read Geeta like this. These days, the day I started reading Geeta, I'm feeling the consciousness hovering around me when I read or I chant mantras, and then I feel the consciousness. But so still some I don't know anything about Geeta, but I'm really interested. I'm really
you just started your journey with the Geeta, and don't worry, next few months you are going to feel very much entitled. I assure you.
Oh, entitlement has occurred, sir. It has occurred right now. I'm feeling I'm enjoying it.
Whatever confusion or whatever lacking you are feeling right now, that is going to fulfill in next few months.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you.
Wish you all the best. Thank you.
Thank you. Jai Shri Krishna.
Sunil ji, there was some technical glitch, so some hands were down. So if you raised your hand before, please raise again. Yes, Sunil ji, please speak.
It's about slok number 4. It says for getting the God Parampad, you have to search it. How to search this Parampad? What are the ways and means for searching Parampad?
Just a minute. What you are saying is Tatah Padam Tat Parimargetavyam, na?
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. How to search, you are saying. We are having this Gita discourse. What is that? It is the same thing. We are going to we are having this discourse. We are going to have this question answer session. It is all about discussing about him and how to get to him, how to know to him, how to have that clarity about him.
What I have heard that for going to God like Tirupati Balaji or Vaishno Devi, when we visit, say until jab tak bulawa nahi aaya, until the God have called you, you cannot go there. So I was trying to correlate with that. If the God has
that also applies. That also applies here. If you are in this Bhagavad Gita class, you are being called here. You haven't chosen this class. You are being chosen here to be here.
Okay, let me hope for the blessings.
Yeah, sure. Yes,
thank you. Jai Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Devendra ji.
Jai Shri Krishna.
Jai Shri Krishna.
Didi has done a wonderful job. At her young age, such wonderful explanation, I really am impressed. But in fact, the way she told about the soul carrying the soul or Atma carrying the karma to the next birth, like the air carrying the fragrance, was a wonderful analogy. But my point is, if I have done something wrong in this body, why should another body somewhere in the future suffer for that? That is not
because body is jada. Body doesn't mean anything. When we die, body remains the same. Only our soul departs. So body is nothing. Body is nothing without soul.
But the next body has no connection with this body.
No.
So why should that body suffer? Because my karmas, I'll have to live in there, that body.
That body is made for fulfilling that karma only. That body is made. That body is nothing. Body is just a structure to carry that soul. You are giving a special value to the body, that this body suffers. No, body cannot suffer if soul is not there.
But the soul can't suffer. Soul is not.
No, soul can. Soul suffers through body. Body is the media to suffering for soul, because suffering can be felt by the body only, not by the soul.
It's supposed to be nispruha. It cannot suffer. It is
No,
something beyond suffering.
soul suffering is that it is going to be in that particular body. That is a suffering for that.
Okay. Dhanyavad.
Got it? Jai Shri Krishna. Vindhya ji. Please unmute.
जय श्री कृष्ण महोदय.
जय श्री कृष्ण.
बहुत भाग्यशाली मानती हूँ गीता परिवार में जुड़कर.
जी.
दीदी ने बोल रहे थे, हिंदी इतना अच्छा नहीं है, फिर भी ट्राई करती हूँ.
हम बिल्कुल बोलिए.
हाँ, कल का भी आप कल का क्लास भी बहुत अच्छा था. वेरी ब्लेस्ड फील किया मैंने. दीदी ने बोला जब हम मैं भगवान का हूँ, भगवान मेरा है, ऐसे समझने से विल बी ब्लेस्ड. वो मनस्थिति कैसे लाए, क्योंकि देहाभिमान आ जाता है ना, उसका क्लैरिटी चाहिए.
ऐसा है कि हम जब बच्चे थे तो हमको खिलौने बहुत अच्छे लगते थे. हम बड़े होते गए, खिलौने की रुचि छूट गई. खिलौने वही थे, हम भी वही थे, लेकिन एज आवर मेच्योरिटी डेवलप्ड, हम जितना मेच्योर होते गए उतना हमारी उन खिलौने से रुचि अपने आप चले गई. हमें वो छोड़ने नहीं पड़े. हमने कभी छोड़े थोड़ी खिलौने, वो हमसे छूट गए, अपने आप ही छूट गए. क्यों? हमको कुछ बड़ा मिल गया. नाउ वी हैव द बिगर एस्पेक्ट्स टू एंजॉय, सो वी लेफ्ट द लोअर वन. सिमिलरली जब भगवान में मन लगने लगता है तो संसार अपने आप छूट जाता है. जो सिद्ध महात्मा है, पूज्य स्वामी जी ऐसे महापुरुष है, इनको संसार अट्रैक्ट ही नहीं करता. इनको बड़ी कार, बड़ा घर, बड़ा सुंदर कुछ महल, इनको अट्रैक्ट ही नहीं करता. He doesn't enjoy that. He doesn't enjoy means he doesn't stop himself to enjoy. उनको उसमें आकर्षण आता ही नहीं, नेचुरली नहीं आता. उनको बड़ा आकर्षण मिल गया, जैसे हमको खिलौने में आकर्षण नहीं आता. हमने छोड़ा थोड़ी. हमको खिलौने से कोई मुझे नहीं खेलना है ऐसा थोड़ी करना पड़ता है. हमको मजा ही नहीं आता उसमें, हमको आनंद ही नहीं है उसमें. हमको लगता है अब हम बड़े हो गए. सिमिलरली when he grows up with the spirituality, ये संसार के बातें ये जाने लगती है. और फिर जब आप बड़े से जुड़ते हैं तो फिर बड़े से जुड़ने का आनंद होता है. मैं भगवान का, भगवान मेरे, ये कहने में बड़ा आनंद होता है। अपना किसी छोटे मोटे नेता से, किसी छोटे मोटे मंत्री से परिचय हो जाए तो कहने में अच्छा लगता है ना कि फलाना मंत्री जी हमारे बड़े अच्छे मित्र हैं, तो मंत्री जी को मित्र कहने में अच्छा लगता है, और ये भगवान मेरे हैं ये कहने में कैसा लगेगा। बात ऐसी है कि जब तक वो शाब्दिक है तब तक फील आता नहीं, लेकिन जिस पल वो अनुभव आने लग गया कि भगवान मेरे, मैं भगवान का हूँ, वो मेरी सुनते मैं उनकी सुनता हूँ, कभी तो वो भी मुझे कुछ बात कहते हैं और ध्यान में आ जाती है। आज उन्होंने मुझे मन में प्रेरणा करी कि तुम मेरे लिए खीर बना के लाओ, और मैं खीर बना के ले जा रही हूँ उनके लिए। जब ये फील आता है तो फिर भगवान मेरे कहने में बड़ा मजा आता है, उसको उसका आनंद ही अलग होता है।
पर ये फील आता है मैं तो कुछ नहीं, मैं तो शून्य हूँ, ऐसे फील आता है।
वो ठीक है, वो अपनी स्थिति से वो फील भी ठीक है, लेकिन मैं कुछ भी नहीं, मैं शून्य हूँ, मैं भगवान का हूँ, भगवान मेरे हैं, ये फील में कोई आपस में कॉन्ट्रडिक्शन नहीं है।
ओके, पर हमेशा ध्यान में ही बैठा रहूं ऐसा फील, हमेशा मैं ध्यान करती हूँ, ज्यादा ध्यान में ही बैठे रहूं ऐसे होता है मुझे।
तो
क्या है?
देखो, सीधी बात यह है कि कोई भी साधना का मार्ग वो एक ही मार्ग सही है ऐसी बात तो है नहीं। भगवान ने भी कहा ये था मां प्रपद्यन्ते तां तथैव भजाम्यहम् में, तुम किसी भी मार्ग से आओ, किसी भी नाम से, किसी भी रूप से, आई डोंट केयर। तुमको दिल्ली पहुंचना है मुंबई से, तुम बाय एयर आते हो कि ट्रेन से आते हो कि बस से आते हो कि पैदल चल के आते हो कि लिफ्ट मांग के आते हो, व्हाई आई केयर? डेस्टिनेशन इज द मैटर, नॉट द वेज। तुम कहाँ पे पहुंच रहे हो वो महत्वपूर्ण है, कैसे पहुंच रहे हो वो महत्वपूर्ण नहीं है। तो आपका मन जिस साधना से भगवान से जुड़ता है, सबसे महत्वपूर्ण बात है भगवान में मन लगना, हमारे मन का भगवान से जुड़ना, वो जिस साधन से लगता है वही मेरे लिए सबसे बढ़िया है। और सबका अलग अलग हो सकता है, इसमें कोई एक साधन नहीं है जो सभी के लिए लागू पड़ता हो, इसीलिए इतने सारे साधन है, इसीलिए इतनी सारी साधना पद्धति है, क्योंकि सभी का मन अलग अलग प्रकार से होता है। कोई एक पदार्थ सबको खाने में अच्छा नहीं लगता, तो साधना एक तरह की सबको कैसे अच्छी लगेगी। इसलिए जो जिस बात से मेरा मन भगवान से शायद जुड़ता हो वो मुझे पकड़ लेनी चाहिए, उसी में लगना चाहिए।
धन्यवाद, धन्यवाद महोदय। जय श्री कृष्ण।
रंजीत जी।
Namaste.
Namaste.
Dr. Ashok Gwal and Rupal Shukla. I just attending the level 1 and I'm just glued to the Geeta Purivar. But I have a few questions. First one is that what is the difference between the word, actually the meaning of word Ashwatha Vriksha? In chapter 10, Sloka 26, Bhagavan said, Ashwatha Sarva Vrikshanam. And here in chapter 15, he was giving an example.
It is very same. You connected very same thing. Ashwath means banyan tree, people cut paid. So this banyan tree, people paid, is given example here for a sansar vriksha. Why? Banyan tree is most, how to say, chanchal vriksha. So when there is no air, then also it leaves, this leaf of banyan tree, it shakes. Without air, it also shakes. It doesn't keep steady in any position. That's why Lord Krishna gave the analogy of banyan tree here to tell that this whole universe, it is always shaky. It doesn't stay for a single moment. It is always changing. It is always converting. It is always happening. It is always changing one to another. It is always borning into new, and it is always dying. So it is always changing. That's why he gave this analogy. Second, Ashwatha means a plus shwa, means which doesn't stay next moment. It changes. So that also there is a second meaning of that. So one Ashwatha meaning is banyan tree, and second Ashwatha meaning means which doesn't stay for a long time. It changes very fast. A plus shwa.
No. But I cannot get this clear, because when he was telling that I am the Ashwatha Vriksha, can you explain these things a little bit, because I cannot get these things. Why? I know this is, you told that this is like a the leaves, without air the leaves are fluctuating and all these things.
Yes.
So what is this related? What is related to Bhagavan's character?
Not Bhagwan. with this universe character. Bhagavan is explaining this universe, this sansara vraksha. It is a sansara vraksha. Huh? Ashwatthaminan.
In chapter 10, he is telling us this is his vibhuti. That's that
Yes.
82. Yes.
Uh-huh.
So what is this means? Like how you understand?
Why he called that people tree as his vibhuti? It cannot be told. Why he chosen that? It cannot be told. That is Krishna's choice. Why he chosen that? It is not explained anyway.
No, but I know that this is his choice. But my question is that is there any just to say like other things we can correlate these things because of this and that? But
No,
how? Why?
no, there is no relation in the vibhuti and this analogy. No relation. I got you now. No, there is no such relations. I don't think so.
Now another question is that in slokas, I think 7 or 8, that's another one is like a physical body, subtle body, and casual body. Can you explain this thing, the difference?
Physical body,
subtle body, and the casual body. Sthula sharir, shukla sharir,
and
karan sharir.
The sthul sharir is what we see here.
Yeah, exactly.
Sukshma sharir is antakaran chatushtay, mana, buddhi, chitta, ahankar. And karan sharir is our background storage, you can understand.
So now when we die, our karma, who will take my karma? The karan sharir or subtle body?
Karan sharir.
So then what is the shukla sharir is doing?
Sukshma sharir is live with you. You're every moment you are living with a Sukshma sharir only. Karan sharir is the sleeping state.
Okay, so then when we die, then karan sharir lives or shukma sharir lives?
No, both dies. All dies. Karan sharir moves to another. Sukshma sharir changes. Like we have this mana, buddhi, chitta, aham. But if we go into a animal body, it will not be same. He cannot have the same buddhi. He cannot have the same mana. It will change according to their character body. The point, Karan sharir remains the same.
No, then these things, when you die, then our atma already live from this body to another body. So then this, which one is living? This is which is carrying our
Actually, we think that there is some physical things which is moving like that. It is not happening like that. It is all symbolic. Like you have data in the pen drive. So if you open the pen drive by screwdriver and you search your data, where is data in my files, you cannot find anything. That is a magnetic fields there, right? Similarly, all the sanskar, karma sanskar, which moves from one body to another, it is all in the form only. It doesn't have any physical form, something like that moves from one to another. Thank
you very much.
It is only a transmission of those things without any physical character. Your karma sanskar, your mana subhav sanskar, these goes to another. Vayur gandha nivashya, like air carries the smell. Similarly, Atma Tattva carries those characters with you, but nothing physical.
No, but these which atma? This is like a casual bodies things or the subtle bodies things? Which one or the soul itself?
Only Karan Sharira. Sukshma Sharira and Sthul Sharira dies with us.
Okay.
Jai Shri Krishna. Kirti ji.
Jai Shri Krishna, sir.
Jai Shri Krishna.
My question was this: like we are being taught 15th Adhyaya these days. So the explanation just given was excellent, but I'd like to know the gist of this Adhyaya. Like it is called Purushottama Yoga. So, like from one, there's the Sansara Rupi Vraksha was explained. then how this detachment is there, attachment is there, everything is there that way. But how we summarize it in one or like a few lines, or what is the gist of this adhyaya?
This adhyaya is considered as the crown of Bhagavad Gita. Why? Because Lord himself revealed as a supreme Lord, as a Purushottam in this adhyaya only. And in 20th shloka, he told that this adhyaya is a Shastra. It is Shastra. In 20th shloka, Lord told, Iti Guhya Tamam Shastram, that it is the secret Shastra I told. So he told this adhyaya as a Shastra. So that's why this adhyaya is considered as a most popular one, as a sacred one to chant anywhere when you have the lesser time. So if somebody has very less time to chant Gita, 15th chapter is the most popular one to chant. If you are going to eat food, if you are having some marriage occasion, if you are having some birth occasion, if you are having some somebody death occasion, then also 15th chapter is the most popular one, because in this chapter Lord revealed himself as a Purushottama.
Thank you. And second question, one more was like this. See, when we are listening, when we are reading some spiritual book or listening to this discourses, we tend to understand everything, and when we feel that we're going to behave like this, the moment we leave that thing, we are again engrossed in the routine things, and you forget everything, and it is so difficult. It is so difficult when you come back and you regret and you feel bad about it. Now tell me, there has to be something which we can start practicing.
It is not happening with you, it is happening with every one of us. So we are all having the same thing. But the thing is, the more attentive we get day by day towards our spiritual inclination, then we get more aware in our normal life also. So, in the starting, as you said, we completely forget. Then as you grow up, then you start realizing that we are having that thought, I'm not doing the right thing. You are aware that I'm not doing the right thing. That is a starting point. And then you start correcting the things. Okay, I'll not do that wrong. I'll skip that. I'll carry that. It is wrong, but I'll carry. But I'll skip that. You start choosing, and the day by day, when you grow up, you start in the 16th chapter. Next 16th chapter, Krishna will tell 26 Devi Guna and the Asuri Gunas also. So when you find that and you elaborate that I have to increase these 26 gunas in me, Devi gunas in me, and I have to suppress my Asuri gunas in me, then it starts in your normal life. So as long you are attached with Gita Parivar and this Learn Gita program and something like that, so when you get daily contact with that, you get this memory revision very faster, and it applies in your day-to-day life more promptly. Okay. Manoj ji.
Thank you so much.
Jai Shri Krishna. Namaskar, Manoj ji.
We told from the very childhood that our all good and bad deeds are what we pay for in our next life. Is it true?
Yes, of course.
So what is this we? Who are we in the next life?
The Atma Tattva, that remains the same. Body changes as we change our dress daily. Similarly, this Atma Tattva changes the body in 60, 80, 70 years.
So we are just two parts. One is soul and one is our physical body.
Yes, Jada and Chetan.
So soul is gone.
Soul is a part of God. Yes.
So there is nothing that remains, because our body is just a physical body made of whatever elements. So who is who are we who is suffering? Who will suffer in the next life?
They see suffering happens to body only. Suffering doesn't have to soul. But if my soul is going in some animal body, it is going to suffer now that my soul need to go into animal body, and it has to suffer with that body for a period. Similarly, if my soul go into Geeta body, it go to Swarga, heaven. So it is going to have that pleasures with that body. And if my soul gets free from this Punarapi Janam, Punarapi Maranam thing, then it is going into the eternal peace. Then it is going to be a permanent happiness state. That is the ultimate state we are trying to get.
Complicated. We are just the bearer of soul for a very less period of time.
Actually,
in our life.
Krish, this is the constitution, God's constitution, that we have this Vismriti thing. If we have this memory of all our past lives, then it will be very hard for us to survive, because the family members we are having around us, maybe in some life I have tortured them, or they have tortured me, or in some life I have did some very wrong thing with them, or they did some very wrong thing with me. If I remember everything, then it will be very hard for me to survive in this life. That's why we have this Vismriti. But because of that, we have this Vismriti. We don't think that we are the passenger of very long journey, and this 60, 70, 80 years is very small stop of that long journey. We think that this life is all, and if when we think this life is all, we are going to get suffered. Understand the point? Kailash ji, please unmute.
Sir,
you need to unmute, sir. Yes.
Sir, so many philosophers says that Lord Krishna is a management guru. He is not warrior. In one circumstances, he run his chakra. In which circumstances he run his Sudarshan chakra in Mahabharata?
I'm not connecting your question that he was a management guru. Then why he used chakra? You want to say that?
No, sir. He is not a warrior. He is a management guru.
No, he was a warrior. Who told you he was not a warrior?
He is not a warrior.
He was a warrior. He was the one of the best warriors, and he was the best warrior of that Mahabharata era.
Okay.
It was told by Bhishmacharya that only Krishna is there who can defeat me.
Okay.
Y.S. Rauji.
The interpretation given by Rupal is illuminating, but I have two questions as a corollary to what has been asked about Aswadha. Aswadha, in the sloka in Purushottama Prapti Yogaha, Bhagavan Uvacha, in the first sloka, second line, Aswadham Prahuravyayam. That is avyayam, it is eternal. It is not getting destroyed. In the third sloka, Aswadhamevam Mavirudhamulam. Again, it is strengthening. Therefore, samsara is a continuous matter. It's a continuum. It continues from birth to birth to birth to birth to eternally. It doesn't seem to have an end.
Yes.
When does it happen?
Yes, true. No, it is true. Whatever you are saying is true. What is the point?
The point is, when does it end?
It doesn't end any time. Na anto na chadya na cha sampratishtha. Na anto. There is no end. Na adi. There is no start.
I see. So the soul keeps on entering one body.
Soul keeps on going on until it gets liberated.
When does that happen?
The moksha, the Bhagavad Prapti, the Atma Sakshatkar, the Nirvana, the Kaivalya, how you call it?
Okay, thank you very much. In every god, there is the same sloka. Sarva Swarupe Sarvese. If you read Durga, Saptasati, in this Sarva Swarupe Sarvese Sarva Sikti Samanvita. So same thing everywhere, the philosophy seems to be the same.
Yes, true. True.
Thank you, Jai Shri Krishna.
Jai Shri Krishna. Atulji.
Hello, Ashu sir. As per Hindu mythology, Dwapar Yuga was
Why Dwapar came third and Treta came second? That is the question.
Yeah, Dwapar Yuga took place like 1 million year back, and after Geeta was revealed by Lord Krishna, only verses were chanted, right? And in today's Yuga, how do we believe that Bhagavad Gita is really like pure in its form as revealed in Dwapar Yuga and not manipulated as per convenience?
All this jnana, we think that it was manipulated or not manipulated. We need to believe. There are so many sages who can experience these all the things happening in that era now also, because in the universe nothing destroys; it remains always. But we don't have ability to see the past and the future. But many had, like Adi Shankaracharya Bhagavan, so many saints we have who can go in the past and see the future as we are seeing the present. So those sages verified this Bhagavad Gita as the truth one. So we believe on them. You need to believe, you believe that Einstein told that. How you believe that? That it is not. If you believe that Einstein said MC equal to this formula, then how you believe that it was said by Einstein? You are ultimately need to believe now.
No, because it was recorded.
How you know it was recorded?
It was written.
How you know?
It was written.
You are believing in some system. You don't know. It was recorded or not, you don't know. You are believing in a system that it must have been recorded, it must have been written, it must have been procured. You are believing in a system, you don't know that. Right or wrong?
Yeah.
You are believing in a system. Similarly, you need to believe in the system of our sages.
So it's a belief, right?
Of course. No. You have to believe in everything. How can you know personally everything? Nobody can. If you are reading any history, you have to believe. How can you know? You cannot see the past. When you are reading about Mahatma Gandhi, who was 78 years before, then also you need to believe now, whatever is written, it was true. You cannot know that. You cannot know that.
Correct, sir.
Right? Jai Shri Krishna. Nirmal ji.
Yes, sir. Related to this question, the present discussion, there was Nicholas Tesla. He was a great scientist and he worked in electricity. And there was a time he was working in his lab and suddenly he got shocked and he fell down. And there was a lady, she too was working in the same lab with him. And when he fell down, within few minutes, he saw his past and his future also in the present also. He was able to view the three times. I mean, there are people, those whose third eye has opened, they are able to see all the times, and they are clairvoyant and clairaudient and like that. So this is like that. It depends upon your inner faculties. When they open up, then you are able to do. I mean, you are able to view many things at one time.
Right.
So my question, sir, this was related to the present discussion, but my question is different. What I was thinking, why I raised my hand, was the question was that in at many places I've seen that Krishna is shown as the ranchor. And
Yes.
in Bhagavad Gita, he talks that he tells Arjuna to go for the fight. There are two
Yes.
controversial points I
No,
couldn't
it is not. It is not a controversy. You are telling the both things very right. There is a Rajniti. When you need to back off, and when you take the charge, it is a niti. You cannot be forward always. You sometimes you need to get back off to get forward. Krishna didn't leave Jarasandha. He get him killed ultimately, but he waited for the right time. That is the Rajniti.
Okay. So we have to be politicians.
No, we don't need to be. We don't need to be. Krishna was. We are not. He was the king. No, we are not. Everything is not for everyone. Like I and you cannot punish anyone, but a king can. King should.
Sir, but we are the king of this present situation now in which we are involved. We have to tackle. That problem is related with us.
We are not allowed. We are bounded by system. If somebody is troubling you, you cannot punish him. You need to go to police or a court to complain about them, and they will punish. We cannot punish anyone directly. There is a system.
Okay. Right.
Right. Jai Shri Krishna.
Mhm.
Sunil ji.
Jai Shri Krishna.
About 10th slok, Vimula have been used. That is a foolish person.
Mhm.
And then Jnana Chakshusa.
No, not foolish person. Vimuda doesn't mean foolish person always.
Well, see, every
Vimula means
heart, God lives. Sorry for
the person with the ignorance. That is the meaning.
Ignorance. So what I wanted to submit that in our heart or everybody's heart, God lives. That's what we say. Bhagwan ka nivas hai. So how one can become ignorance or bimula or somewhat that kind of foolish action, and how we get this Gyan Chakshus for going near to the God.
There is a story you must have heard that a lion kid born in the sheep's surroundings, and he never knew that he was a lion until he get older. So it happens. So we all are a part of that Supreme Almighty, but we think that we are this body only until we realize it.
My doubt about this Gyan Chakshu, how to open our Gyan Chakshu, that was my
This is the process. This is the process we are following. It is not that one-day job, because we have spent crores and crores of lives in this Vimula state. Now, if we want to get awakened, it will take some effort and time. So we are on the path. We are on the correct path. Usharamni ji.
Jai Shri Krishna.
Jai Shri
Sir, just now you told that one gentleman has to whether we have to believe how it should be taken. It is so it's in Dwapar Yuga. But you have emphasized that Jnanis have with their Gnanam and with their Atma Gnanam, they went into fast, and we have all the ancient rishis.
Yes.
So yeah, they have revived everything and they have given. So that point I really it's very nice, and that I think that gentleman has understood. Not only believing, seeing is not believing, or hearing is not believing. Our ancient rishis has seen that personally.
We need to believe in everything, na. This mobile, how it works, we don't know. We just believe, na, that it will work like that.
But our this one are not like that, no, sir. Our Geeta or Mahabharata, whatever has happened, is the rishis have seen that.
Yes, of
and
course.
Then they have given to us. So
There,
we have
there was a saint, Geeta Press Kalyana founder, Param Shraddheya Nitya Leela Leen, Bhaiji Hanuman Prasad ji Poddar. And Bhaiji used to see all the Leelas in front of him in open eyes. That's why he was awarded with the title Nitya Leela Leen. And you know what he used to do? He collected all the good painters from across the country, Bhagwan, Jagannath, and so many. And they used to sit beside him. He used to see the things going on in front of him, and he used to explain them. And they start printing.
Oh.
It happened
So you
in
can see the original picture.
yeah, 50, 60 years before. I'm telling you.
Oh,
Not long.
Wonderful, sir. Wonderful.
So
So we are so lucky that we are Indians, and we should
Right.
get used to this.
Yes.
And you are all doing very good service, sir.
Correct.
Really, accept. Thank you, sir. Namaste. Jai Shri Krishna.
We can sum up now. We can end now.
Kamalvara ji, we can end up now.
Thank you so much, Ashu Bhaiya ji.
She lost her network, I think.
Yeah, she has some network issue.
Thank you so much, Ashu Bhaiya ji. Your thoughts-provoking address set a perfect platform for us. My sincere gratitude to you, Ashu Bhaiya ji and Rupal Shukla Didi. And I would also like to thank our technical team, Vivechana team, are all volunteers who are serving for Lord Krishna. And last but not the least, our viewers who are watching and learning Sri Krishna Vani. Now it's time to Samapana prayer. So for Samapana prayer, I would like to call upon Suresh Vyas Bhaiya ji. He's from Bikaner, serving as a batch coordinator, group coordinator, Technostar, tech management team. He has taken several orientation sessions for GC and technical team. Please welcome Suresh Vyas Bhaiya ji.
Jai Shri Krishna. Yogesham Satsidanandam Vasudevam Brajapriyam Dharma Sanstapakam Viram Krishnam Vande Jagadguru Shri Krishnam Vande Jagadguru. Jai Shri Krishna.
Thank you so much, Bhaiya ji, for this beautiful prayer. We will meet in next Arth Vivechana Satra. Jai Shri Krishna to all of you.